Title: The Lismore Lit Cross. In the small town of Lismore, nestled between ancient forests and rolling hills, there stood a peculiar monument known as the Lismore Lit Cross. The cross, made of weathered stone and adorned with eerie engravings, was said to have been erected centuries ago by the town's earliest settlers. Its purpose, however, remained shrouded in mystery as tales of strange happenings and unexplained phenomena surrounded it. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the cobblestone streets, a group of adventurous teenagers gathered at the foot of the Lismore Lit Cross. Among them was Sarah, a bold and fearless girl with a penchant for the supernatural, and her friends, John, Emily, and Alex. "Are you sure about this, Sarah?" John asked nervously, eyeing the looming structure before them. "Of course I am," Sarah replied with a mischievous grin. "Think about it, guys. Legend has it that on the night of the full moon, the cross comes alive with strange lights and whispers from beyond." Emily shivered, clutching her jacket tightly around her. "I don't know about this. It feels wrong." But Alex, always eager for adventure, stepped forward. "Come on, Em. Don't be such a scaredy cat. Let's see what this cross is really made of." With a mixture of excitement and trepidation, the group approached the cross, its ancient stones cold to the touch. Sarah produced a small flashlight from her backpack and aimed it at the engravings on the cross's surface. Strange symbols danced in the beam of light, their meaning lost to time. As the full moon rose high in the sky, bathing the town in its eerie glow, the air around the cross seemed to hum with anticipation. Sarah felt a thrill run down her spine as she watched, waiting for something, anything, to happen. Suddenly, a soft whisper filled the air, barely audible above the rustling leaves and distant howls of the wind. Sarah's heart pounded in her chest as she strained to make out the words. "Come closer," the voice beckoned, its tone both alluring and terrifying. "Come closer and see the truth." Against her better judgment, Sarah took a step forward, her friends close behind. The air grew thick with an otherworldly energy, crackling with electricity. Shadows danced in the moonlight, twisting and writhing like living things. And then, without warning, the ground beneath their feet began to tremble. Sarah stumbled, her heart racing as the world seemed to tilt and spin around her. She reached out for her friends, but they were nowhere to be found. Panic rising in her chest, Sarah called out into the darkness, her voice lost in the cacophony of sound. The whispers grew louder, more insistent, urging her onward. With trembling hands, Sarah reached out and touched the surface of the cross. Instantly, she was engulfed in blinding light, her senses overwhelmed by a flood of images and sensations. She saw visions of the town's early settlers, their faces twisted in agony as they struggled against unseen forces. She felt the weight of their despair, their fear, their longing for release. And then, just as suddenly as it had begun, the light faded, leaving Sarah standing alone in the darkness. She blinked, disoriented, trying to make sense of what she had seen. But before she could gather her thoughts, a voice spoke from the shadows, low and menacing. "Welcome, Sarah," it whispered. "Welcome to the darkness." Sarah's blood ran cold as she realized she was not alone. Something lurked in the shadows, something ancient and malevolent, waiting to claim her soul. With a scream, Sarah turned and ran, her heart pounding in her ears as she fled into the night. Behind her, she could hear the echoes of laughter, mocking and cruel. She ran until her legs gave out beneath her, collapsing in a heap on the forest floor. Tears streamed down her cheeks as she realized the truth of the Lismore lit cross. It was not a monument to the past, but a gateway to something far more sinister. And now, Sarah knew, it would never let